Well, I will start, okay? Well, hello, how are you today? I'm happy to be here in this 21st Cyberweek edition, and I'm planning to share some info. I'm planning to share some info regarding our social network, ODR Latin America. My name is Alberto Elisavetsky. I'm the founder and actually the president of ODR Latin America. We have a long history working in ODR in the region, and this is the name of my weblog, resolucionelectronicadedisputas.com, and this is our webpage, odrlatinamerica.com. Soon, we are launching an interacting network under the name of ODR Latam, where we are planning to obtain more activity, more interaction with our members. Actually, we have a network of around 6,000 members, and we are planning to have the possibility to talk with a lot of them on a weekly basis. Having here my friend Dan Rainey and Ben Davis, I just like to tell you that we start dreaming with online dispute resolution in Latin America in the year 2010, when we ran Tango and ODR on Tango. This was the first and last ODR forum run it in Spanish. And I think all other forums always were run in English. That's why this was one of the very distinctive issues. Of course, at that time, we didn't streaming, we didn't use Zoom, it was just face-to-face. That's why we have the pleasure to have in Argentina visiting us most of the pioneers in online dispute resolution at that time. And this picture reflects that the launching of online dispute resolution in Latin America was really a chaos with different actions belonging to different people. Most of them failed, and we have to wait until 2014, 2015 to start installing some activities in Latin America and in Spain. And basically what we have to do is to develop a tailor-made strategy because we found different barriers in different countries because of the legislation, because of the reluctance of the practitioners in order to think that instead of be a face-to-face mediation meeting could be a online meeting, and that was our, let's say, evangelizer program. And ODR Latin America was born in the year 2006. And we start working with that because at that time I realized that it was a center in the US, NCTDIR, okay, the center of the National Center for Technology and Conflict Resolution, and one of the founders, it's here, Dan, and of course, Ben. We have been working trying to spread out the voice of online dispute resolution through Argentina, Brazil with our partner CSView, Spain, of course, is not in Latin America, but being a Spanish-speaking country, we have the possibility to train a lot of mediators in Spain, Peru, and Mexico. Mexico was one of our first steps out of Argentina to train mediators. And of course, I'm sharing with you, this is the supersonic cartoon, 1962, the year, of course, online classes, homework, video call, mask, video consulting. Okay, that was absolutely unreal in year 1962, and today we are having our Cyberweek number 21st. And that's because we are involving in the GAFA wars. We think in a universe where our personal and professional lives will develop in the near future. There is a book which says that it's possible to have 10 GAFA futures, okay? And the GAFA now, it includes the N of Netflix and the M of Microsoft. And that's we are talking about GANFAM wars. And the GANFAM wars are the wars where we and our kids and our grandchilds will have to work and to deal with. And together with the GAFA wars, with this issue belonging to the technology, we are in the book awards, okay? Which is here is, I'm sorry, is written in Spanish, volatile, uncertain, complexity, and ambiguity. And those are the factors, the BUCA words and the GAFAN words, the ones that we have to merge in order to understand what the ODR should be in the near future. And just to think a little bit, because we are together surfing a world where a lot of people is talking about online dispute resolution with different level of experiences. But all of a sudden, everybody is an expert in online dispute resolution. I'm happy to hear that, but sometimes it's a very confusing what they are trying to do. And of course, we have at this point of time, a lot of entrepreneurs or startups trying to get money out of this world. And in Latin America, we have a severe resistance from the practitioners that basically they are in love with Zoom or GoToMeet or WebEx. But just thinking before the pandemic and after the pandemic, the question is, which is the difference between war and a pandemic? And the difference between the war and a pandemic is that the war destroys the fixed asset of a society. Of course, I'm not talking about the human beings, okay? And the war, I'm sorry, and the pandemic, this is a mistake here, destroy the circulation. But I'm going to repair this. It's wrong here. It's COVID. Okay. Instead of war, we have to say COVID. The COVID destroyed the circulation of our possibility to work because we have to be in our houses. We have to be at home and work at home. And this is the big difference. When you have a work, could be destroy a highway, could be destroy a house, a warehouse, okay, and internet communication devices. But when we have a pandemic, the pandemic stopped our possibility to make money walking through the street or driving our cars to go to our jobs. And that's why it was so important all of a sudden to jump into the online dispute resolution for part of the practitioners. Okay. And the situation that we face is basically we have been sailing uncharted seas with all compasses. And what we are doing with the online dispute resolution processes now is creating new compasses to navigate unknown seas. And this is the issue. All those ODR actions developed around the world with artificial intelligence, talking about algorithms, smart contracts, big data, etc., it's that we are creating new compasses. Of course, there are a lot of protocols, including what ICODR, International Council for Online Dispute Resolution, is doing in order to set up rules or ethical recommendation and standards. Of course, there are other organizations in the world at the same time trying to do exactly the same. And it will become a situation where ABA, ICODR, IMI, and etc. probably will be putting all together and in an international ODR recommendation standards. And at the beginning of the history, we thought about what was first, if the chicken or the egg, okay? Because how we can develop an online dispute resolution system without having mediators trained in order to mediate online. And we create our platform CIMEDIAR, which was a program of simulation of distant conflict resolutions. Basically, we took 14 academic sponsors, 2 students belonging to each academic sponsor, and we trained them in technical skills and in online mediation skills. Here in Spanish, under CIMEDIAR name says, solving conflicts in the 21st century. And the idea was like a pilot, it's trained in an in-flight simulator. We have been training mediators in our mediator practice rooms. But just to give you a general picture of the time that we have been working with this, we start our first online mediation programs in Salta province in the north of Argentina in year 2012. Here we are signing the agreement between the Minister of Justice of Salta, she is Maria Inés Diez, the Minister of Justice, with me. And it was a pro bono program. It was a pro bono program because she took the risk of run a pilot program of co-mediation online and create a decree, the number 118, a decree, a rule which allows to present in court co-mediation online developed in one of the 70 mediation centers that at that time they have in the Salta province. After this pilot program in Salta works, we start with this co-mediation online between, for example, Salta and Rio Negro, It was, I don't know, 1,500 miles from one point to the other. But always at that time was one party sitting together with the mediator handling the technology and co-mediate with the other mediator. And also the mediation function was verify the identity of the parties and keep the signature on the paper and send it by mail through the other mediation center in order to exchange by post office the agreements. This was the training that we developed at the beginning in the province of Salta with 120 mediators. We continue with other provinces, the Minister of Justice of Cordoba, which is in the center of Argentina. We continue also. It was the second Minister of Justice in order to develop a pilot program. In 2014, we jumped to Mexico and we trained the judicial power of the state of Guanajuato. And this is the picture with 120 mediators being trained by ODR Latin America in year 2014. And they are smiling here, but absolutely, I don't know, probably 5% of them were a little bit open-minded in order to mediate online. This was our campus, eMediar. It was our international program for online mediation. And in Brazil, I start talking about ODR in Rio de Janeiro, in Global Mediation Rio, year 2014. And I had in front of me here 600 people, all of them mediators. They didn't want to know about ODR. They were absolutely reluctant. And the lady she's sitting to my left is Alicia Millán. She is the director of our degree in dispute resolution and mediation at our university in Argentina, Universidad Nacional del 3 de Febrero. And she said, if it is possible, fall in love through internet, why we are not open to think that there is a possibility to solve a conflict? Okay, that's helped me a lot with the audience. And after this presentation, there was a meeting with the members of the Supreme Court in Brazil. The man who is in my right, Ministro Marco Aurelio Gastaldi Bussi, he was the one in charge in put the mediation in Brazil with other partners of the Supreme Court. And in this lunch, we talk about the idea of include ODR in the Brazilian mediation law. And the result was in the next year, in 2015, the article, which is actually is article number 46, says the mediation will have the possibility to be done on the internet or another media of communication which allows distant transaction, as long as the parts consent. Unique paragraph, it is allowed that the party established abroad can submit the mediation according to the rules established by our law. Just to let you know, around 1 month ago, it was run in the courts in Brazil, the first conciliation done through metaverse, okay? Why? Because these articles allows internet of another media, and they accept the metaverse as another media. From 2014, we trained a lot of mediators, but in Buenos Aires City, we have a multi-door front. When the city hall receive complaints or conflict from the citizens. And there is someone who said, okay, you go to the yellow door, to the orange door, to the black door, etc., etc. Regarding mediation, we create in 2017, sorry, the MEL, Mediación en Línea, online mediation program. And we are offering from 2017 up to today, face-to-face mediation, one party sitting together with the mediator and the other party alone. Usually the party number 2 is in Europe and the party number 1 is in Buenos Aires, Argentina. The other option is the 3 of them, party 1, party 2, and mediator, all of them online. And if the parties has the possibility to sit down together, but they don't have access or possibility to manage the technology, they receive support from a tech operator in one city hall office, and the one who is online is the mediator. We also signed an agreement with the National Consumer Affairs Center of Japan in order to help Japanese citizens in Latin America when they have problems. Basically, they had a lot of problem with airline issues or travel issues because of the pandemic, and the results really were poor because the companies didn't want to answer a question or a request from the customers, and being as a third party requesting for a customer, we didn't succeed in during this process, but we keep trying what we can do. One issue that I didn't mention about this program that we launched in 2017, at that time, the community mediation process in the Buenos Aires government have been 10,000. This was the unique program to switch with the pandemic in 24 hours from face-to-face to everything online, because they were absolutely prepared, and with some small adjustment, the government of the Buenos Aires city was able to process 100% of the mediation online in 24 hours. That was a very successful program. Through 2020, 2021, we trained through Latin America and Spain, and I'm saying Spain and Europe because we have a lot of students from France and Germany, around 3,000 mediators, to give them the ability to handle a platform, of course, a very basic platform like Zoom, Jitsi, Google Meet, and organize the rest of the process in order to be able to continue working. Because at this point, one of the most important issues to push the mediator, the face-to-face mediator, to jump into ODR was survive, was find the possibility to continue with their practice, and of course, get some income in this tremendous situation provoked by the pandemic. In May 2020, I think this is our flag course. We trained simultaneously 1,650 lawyers in only one shot, as per a request of the government and the Minister of Justice of the Buenos Aires province. And what we did was, in this case, create 17 17 campus divided by the last name, okay, from A, B, C, and the students classified by the last name were walking in through those doors according with their last name in order to found a common material activity online and synchronic and asynchronic or non-synchronic, but we use this door system in order to verify access, identity, connection time, etc., etc. We continue running very successfully our postgraduate study in conflict resolution and new technology. The subjects that we are teaching now in a one-year program is, first of all, at the seminary, labeling the students and labeling the technology and the glossary of technology that the students need in order to understand ODR, and we do a process that we call technological integration, okay? We also teach them about online dispute resolution, origins, evolution, state of the art, and future scenarios. Internet, globalization, and communication in the 21st century, use of the social network for the construction of peace and dispute resolution, legislation and online dispute resolution providers around the world, the emotion in the virtual space and management protocols, online mediation in action, current models, use of online mediation room and virtual negotiation room. Of course, at this point of the history, we have a lot of examples of technology around the world in order to be shown to our students. And we finish with the clinic of negotiation and distant mediation, and they have to produce a final integration work in order to provide us an idea if they understand the process or what's the meaning of online dispute resolution is not just push a button in a computer. We are providing this program to two universities, Universidad Nacional de 3 de Febrero, which was the original one, and Universidad de La Punta, which is a university in the center of our country, in the San Luis province, and this program is fully paid by the government. Because if you live in San Luis and you study through the Universidad de La Punta in agreement with Universidad Nacional de 3 de Febrero, you could be trained for free, and the government pay you training. This is a program very, very successful. I have the possibility to be invited in order to attend the Singapore Convention of Mediation and I was in the signing ceremony August 7, 2019. And at that time, I was talking about setting standards for dispute resolution in the artificial intelligence age. And we have been at this time at the beginning of all this tremendous turmoil. This was my oldest book, The Mediation Under the Light of the New Technology. The new one is coming at the beginning of the next year, but now we have a new book, which is ODR Digital Transformation, will be published soon. It's a collective book directed by my friend Celeida Celentano Laporta from Brazil and me, okay? And we have a journal that we printed 3 times a year in Spanish because it's important for us generate bibliography in Spanish regarding online dispute resolution. This is one of them, the face of one of them, the cover, which is Solving Conflict in the artificial intelligence era. And we have another one, which is dispute revolution, ODR dispute revolution. We open a global registry of cyber mediators in order to help mediators through the region to have the possibility to show the world that they have been trained in online dispute resolution. They are published by expertise, family, civil, community, business, social, labor, school, etc., etc. This is the way that they look in our webpage. This is free. They don't have to pay a single penny in order to be in the global registry of cyber mediators. In our next steps, we are trying to integrate an ODR software into our global registry of cyber mediators. We are working now with a platform developed in Argentina under the name of ODIS, Online Dispute Solution. And this is the web page. ODIS is the best technology for conflict resolution. This is a service for lawyers and mediators. And there is a possibility to walk in being a lawyer in one of the buttons or being a mediator in the other button. This platform has the possibility to use a face recognition system of the beginning. It works with a web conference system, which is Jitsi, and finish with an electronic signature. It's a very interesting platform, and the market price, it's like Zoom, offering, of course, more features than Zoom. Anyway, the resistance of the practitioner is high. Nobody wants to walk out of the comfort zone. And in spite of having new technology, developing Spanish with the same code of Zoom, providing the full process, they prefer stay in Zoom. Just to go into the end, we have two ODR Expo Tech events, one in 2021, the second one April 2022, and just 1 week ago, we ran one local event blended, face-to-face in the northwest of Argentina. Northwest is 6 provinces, and online for the rest of the world, where we have near 400 participants. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. And I hope this presentation will give you, if you are able to see it offline, the possibility to understand a little bit what's going on.